Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of American Truck Simulator. This is Raven's Guardian, and if you remember from last episode, we completed the Return to Winterland event for World of Trucks, and on the screen you can currently see the things that we have gained by completing that event. So we got a bunch of new cabin accessories, everything from a Christmas hat and mittens, to Christmas bells. There's white deer, there's all kinds of stuff that we got, and a new paint job as well. So that's all the things that we basically got awarded for this event. Alright, so if we go into our jobs for today, so external contracts is where we'll go. So the event is still going on at this time, but again, we completed it last time. And have basically gotten everything taken care of. So the one thing I think that I wanted to do is, I believe we are currently in the Wonderland location as of right now. And I wanted to go through and actually finish out the map with you guys. So let's take a look here at our map and see what locations we still have yet to get. So there's just this one little piece down here. This circle over here, and it'd probably help to zoom out a little bit. I think honestly that is it. It's just those two little locations that we have yet to get. So the things that I also wanted to get for you guys is obviously this viewpoint here, so that you guys can see that, and then I thought there was another one possibly that we didn't get, but I guess we got them all. Okay. Yep, so I guess that's it. So we'll go get those two pieces, and then we'll head up here and get this last piece, and that will be the final thing that we have to get. All right, so let's start driving, and we'll go get those things. And I'll cut all this stuff out so that you guys don't have to see it all, because I know it can be quite tedious watching me drive around this location. So I'll see you guys over at the viewpoint. Alright, so here we are over by the arts workshop. We're going to go ahead and get this viewpoint for you guys. And then we'll continue on and take a job out of the chocolate factory for our last thing out of the Winterland. Alright, so here's that viewpoint. Pretty cool little ice skating rink they got there. All the parents are on their cell phones while the kids skate. Looks like a pretty cool little Christmas village. I mean, it's pretty cool little video that they have there. Alright, let's get going. So like I said, we'll go to the chocolate factory, and that'll be where we'll get our last load from. So we will head down that direction now. This drive here will finish out basically everything that I have left to discover, except for the chocolate factory. For whatever reason, I guess the chocolate factory is the only one that doesn't show yellow for now, because I think we haven't actually discovered it, which is interesting because we definitely have made deliveries there, and I've also off screen done some pickups there, so that's kind of a little bit odd, but we'll figure it out once we get down here and see if maybe I have to do something to discover it. Maybe I just haven't gotten close enough to it that it registered. Alright, so I'll meet you guys down at the chocolate factory. Alright, here we are nearing the chocolate factory. So, like I said, we'll try to see if we can get close enough to get it to register. I'm pretty sure that this should have already registered. I'm not quite sure why it hasn't. But we'll see what happens here as we get closer. Because, I mean, as you can see, I've discovered all the roads even around the chocolate factory, but have not apparently discovered the chocolate factory itself yet, which is kind of interesting. Alright, like I said, we're going to take our first job out of here for today's episode, so let's take a look at our external contracts. Alright, let's see where we want to go. So it looks like there's quite a few places that we could go, obviously. I was trying to see if there's any that are close to Vegas, but it doesn't look like it. So let's see if we can just focus up into the northwest, because we haven't really done too much stuff up there. So let's go and take this one, first one here on the list. Best paying job, so chocolate factory to Omak, Washington. Yep, that's the one we'll take. Contribution to the city for this job towards community goals already complete. That's fine. Like I said, we're just trying to get out of here, so it doesn't really matter. So that's the one we will take. Alright, so that's the location there. And I'm going to drive around here and see if I can get this chocolate factory to actually register. I'm not quite sure, as I said, why it has not. Let me try driving all the way around. I mean, we've gotten basically as close to this thing as we can, and it doesn't seem like it's discovered it. So that might just be a bug, possibly. That is something that the developers for the World of Trucks haven't figured out how to get it to actually discover it. Or maybe it's because we haven't picked something up and delivered it out of the chocolate factory. But like I said, when I was off screen doing this, I'm about 99.9% positive that I already did that, and it had no effect. So let's just go ahead and pick this load up, and we will pick our portal and head out of Winterland for this year, and on to Washington. Alright, back up in here. Let's load it up. And pick our portal. Yeah, because you can see, like, all of these other ones are yellow. The chocolate factory is not, for whatever reason. No idea why. Alright, let's see which is... We'll just choose this portal. Just because we can. And that's the one we'll take. Alright, so let's get on the road. Omak, Washington, here we go. Alright, so the other thing, like I said in the last episode, we got 2 new drivers, so Magnus and Ruth, and they've been doing a fantastic job for us as we slowly find ourselves climbing out of this $500,000 hole that we're in, thanks to the loan that we took out. But I think, you know, as time goes on, we'll climb out of that hole pretty quickly, hopefully, here as they start developing, getting better, driving longer, you know, doing more loads. So there you go. Ruth just pulled in another $677, so that'll be helpful for us. And then as I was actually driving here, right before I got to the chocolate factory, Magnus also pulled in, I think it was $578. So very slowly, we'll be digging ourselves out of this hole, but once we get out of this $500,000 hole, we'll be in the black and then start making money that we can use to start upgrading all of our stuff. So that'll be rather exciting for us. Alright, so we got our turn coming up here. Make sure to take this a little bit wide so we don't clip the side there. And then up this hill we go. But as you can see, the upgrades that we made to our truck 2 episodes ago kind of helped out a little bit with, you know, getting stuck. We don't get stuck going up hills as much, so that's rather nice. You know, changing the gearbox and adding a little bit more powerful of an engine. But we'll see here where this dumps us out, and then I'm not sure if we're gonna have to rest. For some reason, like going in and out of Winterland for whatever reason has basically resets all of our stats when it comes to fuel and sleep. So let's see if it still does that. And I think it's because we basically park and fall asleep, and then magically we end up, you know, oh, it was just a dream. But you end up with all of this gear on the back of your truck. All right, so let's zoom in here and see where we're at. All right, so we want to go out this way, so straight ahead, and then we'll make a left turn once we get out of this parking lot. Doesn't look like we have any traffic over there. Got a stop sign though. Don't have any traffic coming from the right, obviously, because that's all blocked off. And here we are in the Pacific Northwest. And another stop sign here. Looks like this road's a pretty busy road. Quite a few vehicles traveling on this road. Looks like we might have a little window here after this RV. Assuming this truck doesn't hit us. Alright, and we're on the road. So the speed limit's 60, so we'll speed up here and get our cruise control set and get ready for a 3-hour, 3-minute drive. So we'll probably do this delivery and then we'll get another delivery out of Omak and take it somewhere else. It won't be a Christmas delivery though. And then we'll just be on our way. There you go, cruise control is set. We're set at 62, which isn't that big of a deal because you have that 10% roll with the speed. Yep, looks like we got some issues up ahead here with the cops. Alright, doesn't look like there's any traffic, so I'm just going to go ahead and go in this side. Ooh, head-on collision. That looks rather painful. Alright, so we're all good now. Speed's slowing down to 50 anyways, so we'll just go ahead and set our cruise control at 50. I don't know if it's going to continue to slow down, whether or not we're entering into another city here, but I guess we'll find out. Alright, so there's 50. Cruise control is now set. And off we go. Let's see if we get stuck with this way station or not. It might just be on the other side of the road. But usually when they have a way station, it's for both sides, so we'll see what happens here. Alright, wants us to switch over here to the right lane. Yep, so it looks like it's just for the left side of the road there, so we don't have to worry about it. And we're basically headed to Omak and Spokane. Alright, looks like speed's slowing down here to 45. So we'll slow down a little bit. We're about to take an exit anyway, so it's not that huge of a deal. And we'll slow down a little bit going around this curve. It seems like it's pretty sharp curve going around here. There we go, we're going straight ahead. And it looks like we got a stoplight, so alrighty, let's stop up here. It looks like there's a garage that we could buy if we wanted to. So Winnetatchee. Nice, so we discovered a new little town here in Washington. So that's rather exciting. We've discovered a few towns here as we were kind of doing all this stuff offline. You know, getting all those winter jobs done. But it was only, I think, maybe one or two. It wasn't too many towns in Washington offline. So and there are quite a few that we haven't discovered. So we'll make sure to get those as time goes on here. All right, there's our green light. Speed limit's still 45, but it looks like it's going right back up to 50. Not that it matters too much because we got a turn coming up here, unless that is just the road that bends there to the left. Which it very well might be, because that's what it looks like. Crossing over the Columbia River. So, pretty nice looking river there. Nope, it's a left turn. Alright, so not too bad. We just have a light up here that we'll make sure that we make sure it's green before we decide to turn left here. And of course it's turning yellow. Alrighty. So we'll wait until this light changes. And a good thing we did, because there's a cop. Alright, it's probably going to turn green here in just a second. Maybe? No. Almost. Turn arrow, turn green. Alright, now it should turn green here in just a second. Right about now. Perfect. Alright, and off we go. Alright, still got 90 miles to go, about an hour and 56 minutes. Doing just fine on sleep and fuel, so no worries there. And once we get up to 50, we'll set the cruise control and just let her go. Alright, and there we go. That's interesting. So the speed limit said 50 and then dropped down to 45. See what happens here. Ooh boy. That guy almost got hit by us. That was a very brave turn by that truck. Alright, we'll speed up here to 60. And set the cruise control. Yeah, so I will say that things have gotten a little bit smoother now. I feel like once we kind of got our business off the ground and started getting our two drivers there, Magnus and Ruth, on the road, you know, having somebody else pull in some money aside from just me is rather nice. It's a little bit less stressful in the sense of like trying to make the loan payments, because you have at least, you know, about $1,100 of income that's coming in, you know, every couple hours, you know, when they're not sleeping or, you know, taking breaks or whatever. So that's rather nice. And then for us, obviously every job we take, that also goes towards those loan payments, so that's also rather nice. So we can usually get about 2 jobs done before the loan payment comes out, so somewhere in the neighborhood of you know, $2,000 plus their $1,100. You know, definitely does help out quite a bit in the grand scheme of things to make sure that we're making enough money. Alright, still got 50 miles to go here. So we're just kind of cruising along, about an hour left in this drive. It's kind of interesting that it's very desert-like in appearance, especially being out here in Washington. I've been through Washington. I don't remember, you know, Eastern Washington looking like this too much. I kind of felt like it was a little bit more wooded, but who knows, maybe there are some spots out on the eastern side that are a little more desert-y kind of looking. That was a very sharp turn there, almost kind of drove off the road and going the speed limit. Which is kind of interesting. Alright, you can see our flag popped up there in the top left of the map. So we're almost to our destination. So about 30 miles out. And it looks like we're going to discover the city of Omak here in just a second. Right up here when we go to make this turn. Hopefully we'll discover the city of Omak. Or maybe we won't. Okay, I guess we're not going to discover the city of Omak, but we'll make a delivery there. So we'll have to drive down there for fuel and sleep anyways, so we'll definitely discover it. Alright, here's a red light. Looks like they have a I'm assuming that's a cannabis store there across with the green cross. Usually that's what that means. A little gas station and a 24-hour supermarket there, or I guess shopette. Oh, green light. We got a little jazz club there. That's kind of cool. Alright, speed limit's 30, so we'll keep an eye on that. And our delivery is just up here around the corner to the left. Somebody laid their motorcycle down there. It's kind of odd. Guess we'll just continue following the road here. It looks like we have 2 choices: kind of turn left or keep going straight. So looks like this thing kind of wants us to just keep going straight. So that's what we'll do. Speed limit's 60 now, so we can speed up, even if it is for just a little bit of time. Supposedly we still have 9 miles to go. I don't know why you would want to drive an extra 9 miles to get to your destination, but I guess it determined that this is the faster route, staying on this road being that the speed limit's 60. Alright, turn's coming up here. And there we go. So we'll go turn our stuff in here to, I think that ADM stands for Archer Daniel Midlands, if I had to guess. And now we've discovered Omak. That's very interesting. But I'm not going to argue. It's one more town that we've discovered in the state of Washington, so we'll take it. And we're going to make this delivery to this ADM location. Alright, there we go. And decouple. There we go. 183 miles was driven, 20 minutes taken. We consumed about 30.5 gallons of fuel, earning us $1,239 and 190-day experience. So that bounced us up over the level 11 threshold. So that's rather nice. Looks like we'll get to choose a new perk here. So let's see what we want to do. All right, so last time, remember, we got this just-in-time delivery. So that bounced us up there to basically unlock all the available jobs that we can take, so that's kind of nice. We have other things we can do here, so we can go rank 3 for deliveries. It'll allow us to make deliveries up to 1,000 miles. Our fuel really doesn't allow for that right now, but I mean, we could just stop and get some more gas. We also have the ability, we can take class 2 gases, so we could do that. That'll just open flammable gases, or non-flammable gases, and then poisonous gases. So we could do that. I think that doesn't sound like too bad of a deal. It's just going to open up more jobs for us. So that was kind of the whole thing behind all this, is just figuring out what jobs will open up at each of those locations. Let's take a minute and read our email here while we're here. So the last thing we got here was we basically got told by the bank, we couldn't help you notice your steady earnings, and we'd like to assist you in developing your potential even further. Credit limit has been raised to $1 million, so feel free to draw from the available sum at any time at your local bank center. So we could take out another loan if we wanted to, up to $500,000, or another $500,000 loan, I should say. But again, that would kind of double this money that we'd be paying out every day. So right now we're at $1,807. So like I said, with that extra $1,100 and then from our drivers and then my $1,200, we're basically making a pretty good amount of money each day that'll pay this loan down pretty quick. So I'm perfectly okay with this, keeping what we've got at the moment. But like I said, we'll take those flammable gases. And let's see what we have for jobs. All right, so we have multiple things here. We can do freight or external contracts. So if we do freight work here out of Omak, let's see what they have for us. So they have quite a few things that we could take. A lot of these are very heavy cargo. So I don't know if we really want to do something like that. This is probably literally where we're at right now. And it's going to take us from here to Bellingham. And this is a very important delivery. That'll get us up here in this northwest corner of the state. So that actually doesn't sound like too bad of a deal. So let's go ahead and take that one. And we'll set that as our destination. And I'm going to guess it's going to be literally right where we're at. Probably this trailer right here beside us, if I had to guess. Alright, so let's figure out where this is on our map. I'm assuming, actually, that we're going to have to go around here and then drive to that little thing you can see there in our mirror. That's the location where it allows you to pick up a new job. So let's go around here and head back to it. And I'm just going to pull forward here and then just get this, and then we'll be able to turn towards where we got to go. Alright, so let's take a look at it. So that was that freight market that we were looking for. And there you go. Yep, so Omak, that's the one we want, so we'll take that job. The trailer is ready, so looks like it might actually be on the other side. So we probably just drove past it as we were going around that loop there. Alright, so let's go pick up this trailer. And then we will head out. Yep, so there's our trailer that we are going to pick up. So let's get lined up on it real quick. And I bet that was that heavy cargo right there with the articulated trailer that we could have taken as one of our options. Alright, let's load her up. Alright, so it's a 4-hour, 20-minute drive. I think we'll be just fine on fuel and sleep. Not too worried about it for today. But we'll definitely have to stop in Bellingham and get some sleep after this. Alright, so out here we go. It looks like we're going to continue up the road. And it doesn't look like there's any traffic, so we'll just keep going here. And we'll get the city of Bellingham, which is up there in the very top northwest corner of Washington State. So that'll definitely be something that'll be nice for us to get. And man, are these roads bumpy. There's all kinds of bumps and divots and holes all over the road here. Alright, wait for this gate to open for us. And we'll be making a left turn out of here. So it doesn't look like there's any traffic. And speed limit 60, so we'll get up to 60 and hit that cruise control. And 4.5 hours later, we'll be at our destination. Alright, there's Magnus pulling in another $636, so that's rather nice. See that money start ticking up. And Magnus leveled up, so that's pretty cool as well. At the end here, we'll take a look at our drivers and see where they've kind of leveled up and what they've gained and how they're doing on their progression before we close out the episode. These roads are very sharp turns on these roads. And the momentum of the truck wants to pull to, obviously, the outside of the curve. So you have to be very careful while driving these trucks. let's see. Yeah, it looks like, I mean, there's some crazy curves coming up here. There's almost like a hairpin, which I'm not going to be able to take that hairpin at 60, so obviously going to have to slow down for that. But hopefully you guys are enjoying the series. You know, it's been a long one so far. We got quite a few episodes in the playlist there. If you made it this far, I congratulate you. And I ask that you kind of stick with us here and see what happens as we make our way through American Truck Simulator to try to see if we can get to our goals here. So obviously, like I said, we're trying to make quite a bit of money. I'd like to get the opportunity to you know, get 100% of the map. That would be nice. But obviously, you know, that's going to take some time. That's not something that's going to happen overnight. So we might be quite a ways into this series before we even get remotely close to doing that. As a cop passes us here on the left. Yeah, so even with all those upgrades to our truck, we're crawling up these hills. Speed limit's 60 and we're here going 26 trying to climb up this hill. And I don't even think our load is really, honestly, that heavy. Yeah, it's only 32,000 pounds. So it's kind of interesting that it is struggling so much trying to go up this hill. All right, car, don't get brave and try to pass me here, because we're about to merge back over. All right, there we go. I assumed that it probably was going to try, but for whatever reason, the tail end of my trailer was kind of hanging over the lane there, so the car wasn't feeling brave enough to see what would happen. All right, we can probably take our foot off the gas and just kind of cruise here, going down the hill. As let gravity do the work for us. Probably should hit the brakes a little bit. No, I guess not. It says 50, but for whatever reason the GPS said 60, so yeah, we'll definitely let gravity do all the work here and just take full advantage of it. The nice addition to the gas mileage that traveling downhill gives to a heavy truck. Even though that was pretty short-lived, as you know, we got to put our foot on the gas here to keep our momentum going. I forgot to look to see if we're going to drive through any towns other than obviously the delivery town. But I don't know. There's some elements to it that's kind of nice. It'll be a surprise for us, especially since some of those towns there in California that we thought we were going to get, we actually didn't end up getting at all because we didn't get close enough. So I'd rather it be an exciting surprise than a disappointing realization that, you know, even though we drove through a city that we thought we were going to get, we didn't get. All right, there's Ruth pulling in another $605, so that's pretty nice as well. So both of those deliveries were made in this day. So, and when I'm saying day, I mean prior to our loan payment coming out. So that right there is like $2,300 even before, you know, including ours. So if we make this delivery, that'll be another $2,000. So you're looking at like $4,000 ish, give or take. I don't know why that guy had his turn arrow on there. That's not a Not something you need to have your arrow on there for, boss. But anyways, as I was saying, that's like almost $4,000, $4,200 that we got in one game day. That'll go towards our $1,800 loan payment, which is rather nice, because that means that that's that much more money that we can use to help pay off that loan. So I'll just keep making the daily payments, just in case we have any kind of crazy thing come up here, accident, or some kind of maintenance required on their vehicles. So that way we're not caught off guard and going into the red. But once we have enough money to pay off the loan, I'm absolutely going to pay off the loan. So there's really no benefit to trying to paying it off early, as it doesn't change the loan payment in any way. Yeah, see, yet again, this guy is turning his blinker on. It's like, that's not a turn, man. There's no turn here. Like, you are on the main road. Alright, any case, speed limit's now down to 30 as we drive through here. The only thing I might consider is paying off our loan to get us down to the $150,000 loan, which will give us a smaller balance. But then again, I really don't know if that's something we really want to do, instead of just continuously paying off the loan that we have, and then saving up enough. Because I mean, at $150,000, you're right there. So you might as well just keep on going, right? You've worked your way down from $500,000 to $150,000. I mean, that's $350,000. You're well beyond 2/3 of the way there. You might as well just keep going until you pay it off completely. So that's probably something we'll more than likely do. We'll just hold out. Or, the other thing we could do is expand the business even further once we get down that far. Or once we've earned enough money to upgrade our garage, we just keep paying that whatever, the $1,807 into our loan, and then whatever extra cash, maybe we'll give ourselves a little bit of a buffer. But once we hit a point where we can upgrade our garage again in Vegas, we'll just go ahead and do that, and then obviously, we'll have to have more trucks and drivers to put in there, so that's something else that we'll have to consider. But if you're at $350,000, in the bank, you can easily do that with no problem whatsoever. And then once you expand it, that's even more money that's coming in, so that's something that we can consider. So we'll see what happens. As we get closer, we'll make those decisions together. But that's probably many episodes down the road for us before we get to that point. All right, looks like we got a junction coming up here. That's going to get us on the I-5. So we want to turn here. And luckily we have a green arrow. And it doesn't look like there's really any traffic for us to worry about, so we'll just slowly get over here in this lane. Oh, that truck just decided to change lanes for whatever reason and kind of hit our trailer. Luckily for us, it didn't do us any damage, but it looks like he probably dinged up his tractor. That's what I'm saying. The AI in this game is just like, what are you doing, dude? It's like you see where we're at, and then you just purposely try to drive into me. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Nobody in their right mind would do that. Alright, getting up to 60 miles an hour here for this drive, so we'll go ahead and set our cruise control. There's another way station that we don't have to stop at because it's on the other side there. So that's rather nice. We're only about 26 miles from our destination. And then once we make this delivery, we'll go ahead and we'll, like I said, review our drivers, see where they're at, and then we'll end the episode there. Oh, there's Bellingham. So it looks like we're going to drive straight through it. Now the question is, are you going to discover it, or are we just going to drive past it? Well, there we go. Bellingham is discovered. So remember we were talking about the number of cities we discovered here. So that is, Bellingham is the number 4 state that, or city that we discovered in Washington State. So, you know, we haven't discovered too many up to this point. But we're getting there slowly. Still got 12 miles here to our destination. And like I said, I would like to 100% this game completely. So including all of the map, all the cities, obviously. But we are quite a long way from doing that. We'll take a look at the map here once we make our delivery, so you guys can kind of see, you know, where we are in the grand scheme of things. But I imagine that we're probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 5% of the map discovered, so we got quite a ways to go. And a ton more deliveries to make. But like I said, we'll see here in just a second. Alright, so taking our exit here, making our delivery here to Walmart. You know, gotta get those frozen vegetables to the customers from Archer Daniel Midlands. And we'll just stay here in the right lane because we're about to turn right yet again to pull into the Walmart parking lot. And this thing's freaking out for whatever reason. There we go, green light. Pull into Walmart here. And I think it's obviously a left turn here. And right up here against the curb is where it wants us to make our stop. So let's pull forward a little bit here. And there we go. So we delivered our vegetables here to Washington. It was 208 miles, 34.8 gallons of fuel. We got $871 and 264 experience. So that is rather nice. Alright, so like I was saying, let's take a look at our map and just see kind of where we're at on the world map and our total completion. So actually we've got a lot more than I thought. So we're 10.14% complete of the entire map. The state that we have the most done in is Arkansas, which kind of makes sense because we did that cruising Arkansas event. So maybe we want to work our way back towards Arkansas and get this map completed 100%, and that'll be one of the states down that we can, you know, check off there. So that'll be rather nice. There's plenty of other states that we haven't even been to yet. So Idaho, Montana, Wyoming, we haven't even visited those states at all just yet. So we'll get there eventually. Obviously, we'll probably work our way through Idaho on our way to Arkansas. But maybe that's where we're going to focus our energies and head that direction. All right, so the other thing we were talking about was our drivers. So let's go back home here and take a look at our company and our driver manager. All right, so if we take a look here at Magnus, he's doing pretty good. He's a 3.3 rating. He's getting paid $62 per delivery and about 0.51 or 51 cents per mile. And the average profit per distance is about $2.57 cents per mile that we're making off of him. And he's making about $356 a day. But obviously that's not necessarily true, because he has, I feel like he's definitely pulling in a lot more than that per day. And I think that that's still working on its way to averaging out there. But in any case, let's take a look at Ruth. So Ruth is a 1.7. She was pretty low, I think, when we got her, if I remember right, maybe 1.5. So she's kind of bounced up a little bit there. Same kind of pay that she's expecting, and her average profit is $3.41 as well. So both of them are doing fantastic. They're pulling in quite a bit of money. If we take a look at the log here for her, this is everything that she's done. So she was starting off like $212, $337, but you can see that money is starting to progress up more and more, which is kind of helping out and getting more money there for her. If we take a look at Magnus's log real quick, you can see he's kind of been relatively consistent throughout. 400, 600. He had this one delivery that was, just Vegas to Vegas, which took a mile, but it earned him $237. So that's $237 a mile. That's pretty good. No complaints there on that one. And then a couple $500 and $600 ones there. If we take a look at our garage, obviously we only have the Vegas garage with the 3 trucks there. So my truck, Magnus's truck, and then Ruth's truck. And if we want to upgrade, what we'd be looking at here is about $75,000. So that's not terrible to unlock 2 more spots for 2 more trucks. So that might be something that we want to consider in the future. For recruiting agency stuff, we don't have anybody up here, but we have quite a few down here that we can take a look at. Let's take a look at Vegas just real quick and see what they have. It's probably going to tell us, yeah, so like there's not really many other drivers that are looking too great right now compared to the ones we have. So we're definitely excited for the ones we have. Maybe Heineck would compare to Ruth, but again, we don't have spots for them anyway, so not that big of a deal. All right, let's take a look some other things that we can do here. So we go back into our garage manager. So we could take a look at trailers and just see what they have for trailers. Obviously, we could buy one of these trailers and have our drivers use it, or even us. But obviously, that's something that we would want to consider. So there are some trailers out there that are much better for drivers than others. The Lowboy obviously being like one of the better ones, but that requires us to be level 12, and we're not quite there yet. And then here's the double Lowboy, which is 17. Again, we're not even remotely close to that. But this first Lowboy, we're getting there. Level 12 is just right around the corner for us. And maybe that's something that we want to consider here in the future. So that's kind of our roadmap for us, and where we want to go and where we're kind of sitting. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will catch you guys in the next one. See you later. Bye.